What's up guys, Kurotagi here, and today I'm here with a Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the BT-19 Beelzemon deck. So with a little bit of sprinkling of new cards from sets here and there, Beelzemon got quite a lot of support recently actually. So this deck will be using cards from the newer sets, but we'll also be using a majority of the core from the old deck. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Digitamons, we're running 4 of the Yamons from the advanced deck. So this one is still pretty good just because it helps you mill 2 on attack. So quite a decent Digitamon to run. So now let's go over the main deck. So for the level 3s, we are going to be running 4 of the Itmons from the advanced deck. So this one has a on attack effect. If you have 20 or more cards in your trash, you can Digivolve into a Beelzemon for 3 cost. And then the second ability is to, the inherent ability is to pop a level 3 whenever you trash a card. So you can use this to get rid of floodgates. Overall, it's just a really strong card just because we have more ways to warp now. So instead of just going one way to try to finish your opponent with Beelzemon, you can kind of have this in your raising area, push it out, attack it with Beelzemon, or if you have the, we'll go over the combos a bit later, but this one is just a nice one to have. I think it's one of the better Itmons that we have in our disposal if you want to go offensive. So there is that. Let's go over the restricted Itmon. This one is still one of the best Itmons we have, and that's why we're only allowed to use 1 at the moment. So we are going to be using that 1 just to take advantage of the extra mills that you can get if you mill it. Of course, you can also combo with Ayamako to guarantee the mill, so it's still pretty good. Next, this is the new Itmon from BT-19. So this Itmon on play lets you play a Ayamako from your trash for free. That's 4 or less cost. So you being able to cheese out tamers are good. The Ayamakotos in this deck, they have different uses, but they're both pretty useful. So even if you mill them now, you can retrieve them with this. So I think running is pretty good. I see a lot of people running him at 2. I like it at 3, but if you think 2 is, if you think 3 is too much, you can cut down to 2 and run something else if you want. I do know the 4 cost to hard cast is pretty expensive, but most of the time, if you want to have him in the raising area, you can. You can have Digivolve this in the raising area and then Digivolve your Itmon X antibody on top of it just for the extra draws. So we're also running 3 of the Itmon X antibody. So this one, on play on evolution, lets you ditch an option card for you to get one of the evolution pieces for the deck. So it's pretty good. And the inherent ability lets you trash 2, which is also really good. So even if you don't Digivolve on top of your regular Itmon, you can still use this for its inherent to trash, which is always important for this deck. For the level 4, for level 4s, we're going to be running 4 of the Wizardmon. So Wizardmon, if it gets milled, you get 1 memory, so that's obviously important to help you extend your turns. And then on attacking, also put a card from your hand, show your opponent a purple card, and then you can put it to the top of the deck. So you can use this to combo with your mill plays, and yeah, pretty good. Next, we're running 3 of the Wizardmons. So if you just Digivolve into this without Wizardmon in its base, you can mill 2, and if you do have Wizardmon, you get blocker instead. So having the blocker is useful sometimes. It's not always useful, but it's useful sometimes. So we're running 3 of those. And we're also running 3 of the Wishmons just to get the extra guarantee mills on evolution, which is pretty good. Milling 3 is nice. And getting the extra DP boost is actually kind of important sometimes. So we are going to be running the Wishmon at 3 just to round out the level 4s at 10, because when I was running 8 before, I was just not running. I was not drawing enough, and so running the 10 level 4s does help me increase the consistency of it. So there's that. Next, we are also running 4 of the Beelzemon from the start deck. So on evolution, you can mill 3, and then on deletion, if you have, now moving on to the level 5s, we are running 4 of the Beelzemon from the start deck. Advanced deck. On evolution, you can mill 3, and also if you have on evolution, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can gain the ability to play a Beelzemon for free if it's deleted. So combo with the Rush Beelzemon, it's really strong. So we're running the Beelzemon for that reason. And we're also running 1 Beelzemon X Antibody. We are not running X Antibody in this deck just because I don't have space for it. But if you have space for a Protoform, you can definitely try to shove one in there. But this one's pretty good too, just because on evolution you can just mill 3, which is pretty handy. And if you're running X Antibody in your deck, you can also fetch an X Antibody back from your trash. So that's pretty good. And the inherits are pretty much the same. You just get plus 2k if you have the Demon Lord in the traits. And for the level 6s, we're running 2 of the Beelzemon from the advanced deck. So this one just lets you mill 4 on evolution, and then whenever you mill a card on either player's turn, you can gain 1 memory for every 10. And then whenever a card is milled, you get 1 security check. So very strong, very standard. The deck space is really tight. In this deck, it always has been, but just with new cards, the deck space is even a little bit tighter. So you can trim the fat in like different areas if you want, but I want my lower end to be a little bit thicker in terms of card size, just so I can not lose from bricking. The top end pieces are not as important just because you have ways to fetch them as long as you have your bottom end. And there's a lot of cards that can help you retrieve your upper end pieces. So that's why it's a little bit thinner in the top end, but yep. Next, we are also running the Beelzemon from EX6. So this one is the one with Rush. And also, on evolution and on play, you can mill the top 4 cards of your deck. And if you have 10 more cards in your trash, you can de-digivolve 2 on one of your opponent's Digimon. So it's very strong. Mainly it's here for the Rush, because if you do crash with your Beelzemon and it dies, and you have your Beelzemon in your trash, you can just play it and it can attack again. So that's pretty good. Next, for the other cards, we are also running the Beelzemon X Antibody. You can use it using User Rush Beelzemon to attack, and then if it doesn't die, you can also digivolve into this if you want to trash more security. And then if you still have memory left, you can digivolve into your blast mode to unsuspend and hopefully finish your opponent off by then. So you can still do some really explosive plays, and I think the EX6 Beelzemon just makes the deck a lot better. So we are running the 1 blast mode from the advanced deck. I think this card still has its place in this deck. So this one lets you, if you mill this, you can pop a level 3 or lower, and then for every 10 in your trash, you can increase the cap by 1. And then on evolution, you can make this card unsuspend. And then if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, you get 3 memories. So it's pretty much a 1 cost to evolve, which is really good. So we are running the 1 blast mode. And we're also running the 1 blast mode ace. So we don't really have space for more than 1. I did try 2, but it kind of clogs my hand sometimes. So I decided to run this at 1. Simply because we do have ways to grab this back. So running 1, if you mill it, it doesn't feel too bad. Most of the time for the old blast mode, you wanted to run 1 anyway, so that you could retrieve it with your Rouse Barrage or your X Antibody when you needed it. So yeah, it's fine. But the Beelzemon's ability is Blast Evolve on evolution and on play. You can delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. And then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can delete any Digimon. And then on attack, you can put 10 cards back from your deck to the top of your deck to trash one security. So it's pretty good. Prevents you from decking out. One of the main problems that Beelzemon had was decking out. So this kind of prevents you from doing that. And so overall, it's pretty good. But as you can see, there's actually quite a lot of cards we haven't gone over yet. So let's go over the rest of the deck. So for Tamers, we're running 2 of the new I Am Makoto. This card is really, really good. So at the beginning of your main phase, if your opponent has a Digimon on the board, you can get 1 memory. So it's a pretty standard new memory gain effect. And then for the main effect, it's if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, you can rest this Tamer to Digivolve one of your Itmons into a Beelzemon for 4 cost. So pretty good. Being able to Digivolve any of your Itmons, not X-Antibody, I believe. Yeah, it's any Itmon. Just to be able to Digivolve into any of your Beelzemons, it's good. That way, if later on in the end game, if you have ways to revive your Itmon, you don't really need the rest of your line to go into your Beelzemon to finish your opponent off. So it's pretty good, especially since it can combo with the Rush Beelzemon. If you slap down a fresh Itmon, you can still tap this, have it go into the Beelzemon, attack with it. So pretty good. Uses Steel Games. Next, we're running 2 of the I Am Makoto from the events deck. This one lets you search. It kind of acts like a memory boost, except instead of getting the immediate reward of, or the delay of getting memory back, you have the ability to stack cards from your hand to the top of your deck on evolution. And in a way, it's even better than a memory boost because you can manipulate the top of your deck, which is really nice. So, running 2 of each of the I Am Makotos. Now on to the option cards. I don't have space for more of these, and you can revive these with the Itmon, so we're running 2 of each. You just want to see 1 or 2 in the trash, and then you'll be good to go. Next, for the options, we are running 4 of the Deathlingers. So Deathlinger is still really good. Whenever you see this in your mills, you're always happy. Get that memory. You see Wizardmon and the Deathlinger, it's always a good time. Next, we're running Rivals Barrage. Rivals Barrage is obviously here to help you retrieve your combo pieces if you mill it, and it is just a strong removal if you hit it in the security, or if you really need to hard cast and kill something off the board. It's still pretty good. And next, we have the new Itmon option, Delay. So this one is a sort of acts like a Miss Memory Boost. The main effect lets you mill 2, and then the delay effect is at the start of your turn, you can activate delay to play a Itmon from your trash for free. So you'll be able to play this and then cheese out a I Am Makoto for your combos. I'm running this at 4 just because I feel like it's really actually important to have this late game. Just to have an Itmon out at any time, combo it with the I Am Makoto, tap, and hopefully finish the game with the Beelzemon. So that is pretty much it for this deck profile. This is the first video I made after moving to my new place. I'm still trying to find a good spot for my filming. This spot might not be too good, but I will be finding more spots. If you guys, let me know if you like the format of this video. Do you want me on this side and the camera on this side, or do you prefer me sitting on this side of the camera? But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more Digimon content. Now that I have moved in, videos should be back to normal. I am a little bit busier now just because there is a lot more work at work recently, but hopefully I'll still be able to get at least 2 or 3 videos out a week. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the links down below. But yeah, this is Card Haku, and now we'll see you guys next time. Bye!